Stop browsing social media.
What's up guys, it's JFlow here, back with another video. I was planning on doing a Payday 2 gameplay today, but I couldn't get my microphone audio to work, so I said fuck it, let's do another story time. And don't worry, I'm hooking y'all up with a good one to make up for not being able to play Payday today. But nevertheless, let's get into this motherfucking video. So I want to get started by saying this takes place in my hometown, and this was a few years ago, so we're past the statute of limitations. But regardless, I want to start this off by saying I am not confessing to any crimes in this video, and anything I say should not be considered as a confession. So this story starts with me and some friends. We'll call them Doug and Huey for the sake of this video. And we were all hanging out at Huey's house. We were hanging, chilling, having a good time, but we were starting to get bored as fuck. And all three of us wanted to get absolutely fucking hammered. But we had no money and no plugs, so we started scheming. And scheming is a fucking understatement. Our dumbasses thought we were in an Ocean's 11 with how we were acting. So we all agreed that I would be the lookout and Huey and Doug would be the ones grabbing the alcohol. So we all agreed upon the plan and started to head to Sinclair. Sinclair wasn't that far, but it was across the highway from Huey's house, and we had no car. But we was fiends and we didn't care, so we decided to cross it on foot, and there was a decent amount of cars on the highway, but we really didn't care. We all timed it just right and ran across, but my retarded ass managed to almost get hit by a semi-truck. Thankfully I didn't, and I'm still here to tell you guys the story because I do not want to be human soup. But we all made it across and headed to the Sinclair and walked in, all casual and shit. I walked to the back of the store while the other two did their thing and grabbed me a Mountain Dew, and then I went up to the front and bought it. I was trying my hardest to keep the lady distracted with the small talk, so the other two could grab the liquor, and I thought I did a pretty good job. This turned out later to be false, but we'll get into that. But they grabbed the liquor, and after I brought my drink, we headed down to the Subway across the street. We sat in there and started chilling for a little bit and realized the bottles were only like 11% alcohol by volume. And they weren't very big either. We had only 4, so we realized we needed some more, so our dumb teenage asses decided to go back into the Sinclair, which looking back on it is probably one of the dumbest things we could have done, because not only did we steal liquor in a rural-ass town, we came back for round fucking 2. Sometimes I look back on what I've done in the past, and I just want to beat my own ass, because I was a moron, and I still am. I've just gotten a little bit better. But anyways, we go back into Sinclair, and this time it's my turn to grab the bottles. So I put my hood on, and I walk around all casual while Doug distracts the cashier. I grab the bottles, and again, we get the fuck out of there. And we head back to my house because I don't live that far from Huey, probably less than a mile, I'd say. So we all drank the liquor on the way to my house and just dump them on the side of the road because I was not trying to bring 6 bottles of empty liquor into my house. So we chill, and we're hanging out for a while, and for some reason, Huey's sister calls me. I don't know why she called me instead of Huey, but I pick up the phone and I go, hello? And she says, what the fuck did you guys do? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, the cops are at our house looking for you guys. Y'all are fucked. Now, these words right there still haunt me to this day because I just knew it would be moments before cops are at my door and my parents are going to be pissed. So now we're sitting in my room just freaking the fuck out because we do not want to go to jail. And next thing you know, we hear a loud ass knock. And we all knew what that shit was. And I hear my mom walking past my room asking herself, who could be knocking right now at this time of night? And she opens the door and we overhear the cop say a few words. And then she yells all 3 of our names and says, get out here now. So we all walk up to the front door, and the cop starts by asking Huey a few questions, and he just denies everything. So the cop handcuffs him and takes him to the car. Then another cop comes up with footage on her phone of us taking the liquor. But here's the real fucking plot twister. They only pulled up the footage of the first time we went in, so as far as the police knew, all I did was buy a Mountain Dew. So the cops said to me, you're good, you didn't steal anything. And I'm just agreeing with her because I wasn't going to sit there and say, yeah, I did that. But I thought I was going to go with them, honestly, so I was just in shock. But instead, the officer takes Doug and puts him in the car as well. But the officers and my mom talk a little bit longer, and they eventually leave. And then after that, my mom basically just tells me that she's disappointed that I was associated, but proud that I didn't steal. And I wasn't going to fess up that I was, because this was a literal fucking miracle that just happened. So I just went to my room and chilled out for the night. And literally, that's the end of it. Doug and Huey got community service and probation, and I got to chill at home. I did feel bad for being the only one who didn't get in trouble, but I wasn't gonna sit there and say, actually, I stole too. But honestly, that's going to be the end of the video. So if you guys enjoyed, beat the fuck out of that like button and subscribe to the channel. All of your support is appreciated, and I wouldn't be able to do this without an audience, so thank you. But other than that, I'm JFlow, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Peace Corp wishes you a good and violent day! Oh!
Let's talk more. Listen. Knockout.
What are you buying?
All shell, no ghost. Turn that smile upside down.